into account that EPO, the main problem with EPO is that it has undesirable side effects because it makes the blood much thicker. Has your team thought about trying maybe carbamylated EPO, which is not as I mean, it doesn't encourage erythropoietin. I don't know if this has been tried before, or if you are going to take steps in this direction.
You mean the SIPO?
SIPO, yes.
Which cannot bind to the erythropoietin receptor. So we have not yet tested if it increases the extent. So I have not.
I wanted to ask the same question, so that has already been asked about SIPO. And do you have any new information about a possible mechanism of action of this drug in increasing frataxin levels?
So it's not at the messenger RNA level, it's some other effect, we don't know.
So there is no yet, the mechanism has not yet been elucidated. You have a question there?
It ties into the same thickening of blood, that if you have cardiomyopathy, the thickening of the blood then can be a problem. So is your approach that only FAers without cardiomyopathy would be available for this treatment, or do you have other thoughts?
So one of our exclusion criteria was not to have cardiomyopathy. So at first it's not used for patients with known cardiomyopathy.
Ever?
We don't know.
So concerning the real thing, that is a double-blind placebo-controlled trial, do you have any more details about plans to run such a trial, where and when? Maybe.
So this depends on financiation. I think what I heard today, you may ask people from Switzerland if grant something or finance something.
Yeah, we are doing that the next few months.
But as far as I know, Edison Pharmaceuticals have taken the drug for the United States, and they wanted to run a trial there. Do we have any information about that?
They also need funding.
They need funding. So they are the drug company that should sponsor a trial, and they need funding. Okay.
So this is my information.
Yeah.
Well, one question about the mechanism of action you don't know, but it's in continuation of what Pierre Bustin presented. He spoke about this induction of oxidative stress, or prevention of oxidative stress from this NRF2 antioxidant, and I know that one of the cofactors he presented, which is a small MAF, I think you say, is actually activated by erythropoietin to actually induce hemoglobin synthesis in the erythrocyte. So could that be one of the targets? And explain why you have this reduction in the oxidative stress markers.
Yes, this would be in line with the chelation therapy, but in contrast, EPO will not remove iron from the body because it's only redistributed to hemoglobin, and this is recycled again.
It's maybe
only
not
patients
just
who have
playing on iron.
they have loss of iron.
I don't know, because indeed EPO and SIPO have been used as neuroprotectants in a number of conditions, and I suppose that oxidative stress markers has also been measured in different situations, and I don't know whether they have been found to be improved by EPO. I suppose they have.
And I know one study, but it was not, it was with preterm children, and they found a reduction in
oxidative markers. So that can be, that was my, Michelle was saying that there may be additional mechanisms that have not to do only with an effect on frataxin and related to this. We have a question from Elaine.
So Barbara, I remember from Japan that you had showed some preliminary follow-up data. Do you have more data on? I have something of memory of something showing 9 months follow-up data or 8 months follow-up data from this.
We had no enough financiation, so 6 months follow-up.
Okay, so
this time we can do so.
Okay, are there any other questions? Apparently one.
Very short one. The maximum level of hemoglobin that was tolerated in this assay?
I showed it. I have
sorry.
it in mind. The numbers.
It is
it was written, but I
on the slide. Thank you.
It's more of an observation. The possibility of running a double-blind trial which involves an injection for patients, I think it could be difficult.
What? You do sham operations. You know, there are double-blind trials in a way that then not but single-blind trials and then in surgery. Why should?
Well, I think the injection, I think the patients would be unlikely to go for it.
Well, as long as the patients give a fully informed consent and the procedure there is, you know, there are procedures to have ethically approved.
Done in multiple sclerosis.
It has been done. It has been done in multiple sclerosis for interferon. I mean, you know, it's current. It's usually done as long as I think there is a sound basis to do it, and all the rules that are respecting, you know, informed consent, etc., are respected. I think that's pretty feasible. Okay, I have an extremely good news for you. Since it's already 10 minutes to 6, and since essentially all the clinical trials that are relevant for PREDEX have already been presented, I will not give an additional presentation to summarize what you.
The possibility to present the clinical trial and about 30. No?
Yes.
It's mainly produced, it promotes recombinant human erythropoietin, is now produced for more than applications, treatment of anemia due to EPO deficiency in stage renal disease patients, dialysis patients, and also for autologous blood donations for sport doping, which is the EPO receptors on many different cell types, and among them cytokine was recognized several years ago. Therefore, EPO is useful for the sort of heart diseases. And I will show you. So there are several compounds with protection expression, and one of these drugs was recognized, and there's recently a paper which shows the connection. Recently we published recommendations. It is a time and concentration in primary lymphocytes, incubated T cells with erythropoietin and in the second study phase. However, when we look on the study, an interesting finding for saphophoresis, and what we found was a significant increase in an increase was observed in the study population, which was similar to during the whole study. So it shows that transferrin saturation dropped during the trial.
I don't know how to understand. If you could give us some examples, practical ones, so that we can find what is it? Is it very much? Is it very little? Children and adolescents, and if it could be.
Concept of adults, because they can.
The third one is taking into account that erythropoietin. I don't know if this has been
to the erythropoietin receptor. So we have not yet tested